Welcome back, everyone. Now let's go ahead and focus on how we can show the detail of a pest. All right. In the last lecture, we implemented pest cell view, and now we're going to implement the detail screen. So if we go back to our pest list screen, which is in front of us, we should be able to create a navigation link. So I'll just say navigation link with a destination. Now in this case, the destination would be the pest detail screen, which we don't have. And we're going to be passing in the pest, which we do have. We can simply pass in the pest. And the label, meaning the display, the UI associated with it, will be the pest cell view. So let's copy that. Copy everything, Control I. There we go, a little bit arranged. Pest detail screen. Let's go ahead and create this. So I'm going to go ahead and create a template or select from a template pest detail screen. Great. Okay. So now we have the pest detail screen, and pest detail screen has a dependency on the pest. So we're going to pass in the pest. The preview is going to complain, as you can see. The first thing I'm going to do is set up the traits. And I'm doing that because pest is a SwiftData model, and in order to do anything with that, you do need the model container. Next, I can pass in the pest by simply saying preview data dot load pest, so all of the pests, and then select just one of them randomly. And now we can go ahead and display information based on the pest that we're passing in. Again, this will be very similar to displaying a vegetable. All right, so completely up to you, whatever the design you choose. I'm not really going to spend too much time typing up all of this stuff, so we can just copy paste stuff and I can go over it. But you will find that it will be very similar to when we were displaying anything about the vegetable. We'll start with displaying the image. So that will be done by async image because pest has a URL, a photo. And you can see it's displayed. It's actually pretty nicely displayed over there. Okay, that's pretty good. What other thing we can do? Well, how about we display the name, which can be pest.name. Again, you can display the name on the top, but you can also display name anywhere else that you want. I'm going to wrap everything up in navigation stack so we can actually see all of this stuff. Okay, snails. All right, there's a snail. Very nice. Description of that particular pest. Let's go ahead and add another thing. Description. Now, for this, I'm going to create a specialized control, specialized view that can display the description. And the reason is that I will use the icon and the title. And we'll be using it for pest display, so I can just go ahead and add it over there. You can see that I've created a brand new view called section view. You have to pass in the icon name, the title, and the content, and we just display all of this information, as you can already see. All right. Okay, so let's add a bit of a padding because it's very close. It's very much near everything. So I'm going to add a padding a little bit. Okay, good. And now you can see that how we're going to be using the section view because now we need to display the symptoms of that pest. So I'm just going to go ahead and display symptoms. So you can see that our reusable section view control is coming really in handy. Treatment, how do you treat that in pest? So just going to get the treatment. And since it's inside a scroll view, we can actually scroll. And there we go. I mean, it's pretty simple to create the detail screen. Let's go back to the list screen over here. And once we have the list, let's go ahead and click on it. And now we can see all of this information. See that? Looking pretty good. You can see all of this stuff. Great. These images, I wouldn't really worry too much about it because it's mostly like the URL may not exist. All right. So you have access to this vegetables. Just find the URL, and obviously don't use this URL. You have to make sure that this is pointing to your server. All right. So just make sure that you do that. So here is our pest list screen, looking pretty good. Now, another thing that I really want to do is if I go to the main or the root view and I select any vegetable, okay, I can see hot pepper, and it has all of this information, right? Quick facts. Now, wouldn't it be nice if we can also display the pest information right over here somewhere, all right? So this will be in our vegetable detail screen. And you can make it, you can link it together if you want to, but I'm just going to go ahead and simply display that information. Okay, vegetable detail screen is kind of like messing around right now, so let's see what's going on. I think it's missing the preview over here. Do you see that? So let's go ahead and pass it the traits. That will be sample data. And remove the model container because that part is now gone. We don't really use a model container right here. It's kind of like internally already done in the sample data traits. Okay, so this is what it displays. It's really nice. And now we can look into that in the vegetable detail screen. How can we make sure that we are displaying just the list of all the pests associated with this particular vegetable, which is carrot. So if we go over here, you can see this is where we are displaying all of this information. All right. Now, one way that you can do that is if you just want the list and nothing else, what we can do is I can go ahead and I can use the same detail view for displaying a list of pests. All right. But if you look at the vegetable.pests, pests over here is optional. So it's a good idea to just unwrap it. There we go. And now I can actually use a detail view. All right. So I'll say detail view. I can pass in the icon, whatever icon I want to display. I'm just going to select ladybug because it shows a nice bug. What will be the title? I'm just going to say pests. And the value. Well, the value in this case can be two things. It can be a list of the name of the insects, the pests, or NA for not available. So I can say pests.map, and from the map we can go ahead and grab just the name and then join it. All right. Actually, we need to check a little bit more over here because this is not even checking for anything. So we can say over here pests.isEmpty. If it is empty, then we will display NA because there will be some vegetables which doesn't have this information. So for that, we're just going to return or display not available. And for other things which will have pest information, that is where we're going to go ahead and pick up the name and then join it with a separator, and the separator that in this case we're going to use will be a comma. All right. And if you run this application now, we can see carrot, fly, and aphids. Now, it will be interesting because pest over here, if it is null, yeah, so we are unwrapping it. I guess you can also put maybe some sort of a condition over here that pests have to be greater than 0, I guess, you know. And in those cases, it's pretty clear. So we need to make sure that it's right, but we can, or the count of this is greater than 0. So this is going to make sure that we will only get into if both the conditions are correct. If it's not really null, but if it's not null, then it does have some pest in it. And I think if we can do that, then it becomes a little bit more simpler because we don't really have to use all of this stuff. We can, I mean, the if condition and all that. All right. So we can get all of this, you can see, right? But keep in mind that with this particular code, now if pest is nil or it doesn't exist, maybe there's no pest, it's an empty array, then you won't even see this. So it's up to you which technique that you want better. You always want to see this nice ladybug and it's simply saying not available. I mean, that's up to you if you want that, or you're simply saying that, well, I'm not even going to display. So it's completely up to you, but I've shown you both the techniques. Now I'm going to go back to the original technique, by the way. So I'm going to remove this part. All right, I think this should do it. Yeah, so carrot fly and aphids. So we have different pest information, but you can see the page is looking really nice. All right, this is for the carrot. And if we go back to our vegetable tab bar screen, which is our root view, we can go to pest information and we get all the pests. Okay, pretty nice. We can go to the detail of the pest. Okay, that's actually really nice too. See that? Wow. Okay, so we're on the right track. I think we've made a lot of progress, so that's actually pretty good. The next thing that we want to do is searching. I mean, these are lots of vegetables, right? And you have to scroll down. You have to see, maybe you're looking for some special vegetable like avocado. To scroll down and then search and then select the avocado and then add it. There we go. It's actually added somewhere. Here we go. It's added right there. Wow, avocado is going to take forever, basically. You can see 3,652 days. That's a lot of time. And what I want is ability to, search for the vegetables. Okay, so that is something that we're going to be covering in the next lecture. If you like this video and want to support my channel, then the best way would be to check out azamsharp.school. Azamsharp.school is one of the largest collection of iOS development videos. I have courses on everything that you can imagine for iOS development. This includes Skip, AI for iOS developer, full stack e-commerce app development using SwiftUI Node, Postgres, SwiftUI architecture, Supabase, Firebase, Firestore, core data, full stack iOS development using Vapor. Oh, it's just so much courses, so much to learn, right? Test-driven development, MapKit, Reality Kit, machine learning, so many courses. And I also host workshops. Now these workshops are 3.5 hour long, and they are very, very hands-on. The next workshop coming up is on February 7th, but you can always look at the workshop pages and enroll for these workshops. You can enroll for these things by purchasing individual courses, or you can also become a monthly or annual member and you get access to the workshop for free. This is a pretty awesome deal. So hopefully you have enjoyed it, and thank you so much, and make sure to share the video, and I will see you as an Azam Sharp member. Thank you.